Okay. Today what we're going to talk about is um, the nature of organizational patterns of the living world, how the living organisms are organized. So that is the topic that we're going to say. So we are going to talk about a lot of things, and today will be the first part. So in the first part, we are going to talk about organization and order of living organism, what is metabolism in organism, and what is growth and development. So all these will be introductions. So don't expect me to explain these in very much detail. I just want you all to understand what these mean. So just go through the video and see what these mean. So it will be helpful in the future lessons in order to understand those lessons. Because in order to understand those lessons, you have to have an idea about what these words mean, right? So enjoy the video and make sure you keep subscribed to um, get notifications of the new videos. Enjoy. Hi, now we'll look at what order and organization is. The order and organization is the levels at which the organisms are organized. So it is not a haphazard way, but a well coordinated and well communicated way, and it is in different levels. So for an example, let me see. So it is actually common for any type of organism. So they can be at different levels. So every organism starts with what we call as the atom. So you have a single atom here. So um, so you have a single atom. So this single atom is responsible for creation of all the molecules. So these molecules, such as, let me say, small things such as glucose, um, sucrose, more than sucrose, I think fructose would be a good better example. Fructose, amino acids. So all these things come under this, right? Um, but let me see. So these molecules, therefore, form what you call as macromolecules. For an example, let me take what do you call it? So you have nitrogen atoms, carbon atoms, oxygen atoms, sulfur atoms, hydrogen atoms. All these things make up what we call as amino acids. So that's at molecular level, right? So this is at atomic level. And then it forms macromolecules, which we call as protein, right? These various proteins get together and form the next level. We call it as organelles. So what are the organelles that we have? So these include organelles such as mitochondria, nucleus, Golgi bodies, and things like that. So all these things get together and form what we call as cells. So here you can see a cell. So there are different types of cells. So there are usually organisms such as amoeba and certain bacteria, protozoa, right? So there are different organisms, and these cells, and also single cells in very specialized tissues such as muscle, blood, nerves, things like that. And going on further, you can see that these specialized cells get together and form what we call as a tissue. That is the next level of organization of cells. So you can see that the tissues are made out of a lot of cells. Usually they are same kind or of different kinds. So it can be different types of tissue. It really depends on the types of the tissue. So it can be a muscle tissue, nerve tissue, connective tissue, things like that. So there are different types of tissues. So these tissues collectively form what we call as an organ. And organ, so here you have a heart, which is one of the important organs we have. The other organs, what are the other organs that you know? Like the liver, kidney. So these are the other things that you have to focus on. And finally, what we have is organ systems like say for heart, we form the cardiovascular system, cellular system, or with liver, we have gastrointestinal system. Likewise, so all these systems get together and then form what we call as a whole organism. So here you have a baby or a human. So any organism, say whether it's a cat, dog, plant, so all these things they will have the same order, right? That ranges from atom to whole organism. So every biological organism is of this order. Okay, the next topic we're going to talk about is metabolism. So what is metabolism? So metabolism is a collection of biological activities in a cell. So they can be either the reactions that make the organisms or make the molecules or make something, we call it as anabolism. And the other one is sometimes it can be a breakdown. So that can be called as catabolism. So metabolism has two components, anabolism and catabolism. So anabolism is involved in forming molecules and catabolism is involved in breaking molecules. So let me tell you some examples for these two processes, right? So let me erase these all the things. Okay, this was very further. And so anabolism. So there will be processes where in the body that makes of say uh, uh, tissues. So for an example, so these tissues are made of, let's say, protein tissues like muscles. So for these muscles to form, they have to form from amino acids because these are protein structures. So these amino acids get together in a series of reactions in order to form muscles. So this is an anabolic process, right? So if I take it in a more simple way, how can I can say that? So let's see, so you have two glucose molecules, they get together and form one maltose molecule. So this is an anabolic process, right? But since there is what you call as formation. But in a catabolic process, what you have is a breakdown. So this breakdown is seen in a catabolic process. For an example, you have carbohydrates. So they will be broken down into glucose in the GI tract. So by various enzymes such as amylase, maltase, etc. So this is a catabolic process. So that includes what we call as breakdown. Large ones break into pieces. So this is what you call as catabolic process. So the metabolism basically involves a collection of anabolic and catabolic processes, and these together, therefore, metabolism. If you talk about metabolism, you have to mention both of these things. So metabolism word comprises of both anabolism and catabolism. This is something that you have to keep in mind. So the next topic will be growth and development. Then, when someone asks you growth and development, what comes into your mind? So sometimes you might think that both these terms, growth and development, means the same. Is it true? Well, that's what you have to know. Growth and development are not the same thing. There's a difference. So let me say, so you have a plant, right? So you have a plant, a small one, right? So this grows into a big tree. So that will be, so this is what you call as growth. So here what will happen is increase in size and number, right? But is the same thing that happens in the development? The development word is very tricky. So development is something that happens in, let's say, in it's more visible in animals when compared with plants. So let's just say that you have a child. So you have a child, a baby, say she's 5 years, and then slowly that child will be grown up into an adult. Now she is 20 years. Now the same child is the one who grows up to this 20-year person. So you can see that the child has increased in size and number of cells and everything. So there has growth definitely. But at the same time, there are some other things. Brain abilities, thinking patterns, everything has changed. So here, she doesn't know math, but she does know maths. Now, she doesn't know science, and she knows science. So their intellectual capability is developed. So intellectual abilities are developed. So now I think you can understand what is the difference between growth and development. Is it the same? So development is not something that can be measured like the growth, but it is something that improves. So it improves and it is less tangible when and less visualizable when compared to growth.